Hello, my name is Ashley Hod, and today I will be speaking with you all about an organization I am deeply passionate about. For the last 5 years, I have been closely involved with the New York City Children's Cancer Organization as a volunteer. This organization provides various resources to families with children battling cancer while they are in New York receiving treatment at some of the best hospitals. Volunteers have long been a significant part of nonprofits in numerous fields, such as sports, health, education, and community service. However, there are two challenges that nonprofit organizations face, and these are issues of volunteer turnover and fundraising efforts. Today, I am proposing a plan that will focus on optimizing volunteer engagement to remedy these key issues with a transformational leadership approach. This theory will help me promote the lasting impacts of these changes on our staff and volunteers, as well as the families relying on our support. James McGregor Burns introduced transformational leadership in response to earlier leadership theories that he deemed as transactional. Later, Bernard M. Bass expanded on Burns' ideas, and he created a theory that focuses on motivating and inspiring followers through a long-term vision. In an article from the Journal of Business and Psychology, David Effelsberg conducted a study in order to determine the effects of transformational leadership on volunteers' self-interest. In this task, volunteers had to decide between maximizing self-benefits and company benefits. Findings from this study confirm that transformational leadership enhances people's willingness to sacrifice self-interest for the benefit of the company. Transformational leaders seek to collaborate with employees at all levels in order to drive positive change within the organization. For transformation to occur, leaders must educate, motivate, and inspire employees to have higher ambitions for themselves. And in fostering individual growth, this approach simultaneously allows leaders to achieve their organizational goals. And this is what I find separates transformational leadership from other theories. In promoting the well-being and satisfaction of our volunteers and our followers, we're able to simultaneously reach a collective goal. When Bernard M. Bass expanded on Burns' ideas, he also created 4 core elements of transformational leaders that they must possess, and these are also known as the 4 I's: intellectual stimulation, individualized consideration, inspirational motivation, and idealized influence. And each of these elements will be prevalent in my leadership plan. As a transformational leader, I will inspire commitment and seek to improve the lives of those around me. Today, I am proposing 3 fundamental changes that center around our volunteers, as they are the heart and soul of this organization. My first change is to merge my upper-level staff with a team of volunteer coordinators who will organize events and manage daily operations. My second change is to introduce a fundraising team that will specifically focus on our donors' experiences. My third and final change is to reshape our company mission through a shared and collective vision, which will unite members of the organization as well as attract new volunteers. Together, these 3 changes seek to create a positive organizational climate that will ensure success and productivity throughout every level of the organization. To elaborate on my first change, my first steps will be to merge my upper staff with a new team of volunteer coordinators. In creating this solid and larger team, we will collaborate on new ideas and promote volunteer satisfaction. In setting clear goals for each of these individuals, they will oversee different tasks and provide a sense of leadership in their own fields. Toby Johnson, who is an expert in volunteer engagement, believes that leaders can strengthen followers' self-determination by delegating volunteers with responsibilities which will allow them to develop new leadership skills. Some examples of different tasks that this new team will be working on. For example, one volunteer coordinator will be managing our stroller rental, which has been one of our most successful and demanded resources that we provide. When families come from out of state or out of the country for a week or weekend when their children need treatment, they do not bring their strollers with them, and they're in need of transportation to bring their children to and from the hospital. In the past, we've struggled with organization when it comes to the stroller rentals, whether it be the sign-up sheet, managing inventory, and distributing the strollers. So this is something that one of our volunteer coordinators will be working on to ensure smooth transactions. Another task that volunteer coordinators in this team will be focusing on will be managing and organizing our different events and entertainment that we provide for the families. We offer tickets to ballet performances, trips to the American Girl doll store, tickets to see baseball games, basketball games, and magic shows. In the past, we have had one staff member trying to organize all of these events, and now with this new upper level staff and team of volunteer coordinators, we will have more individuals who will be able to create a sense of ownership in these fields. With this new team, I will also be implementing weekly meetings where I will be open to suggestions to improve common conflicts. I find it is imperative to listen to my volunteers' experiences so that I can walk the talk as a leader. They need someone who will listen to and prioritize their experiences at every level. This team will also serve as multiple sets of eyes for me, as I cannot be in more than one place at once, and I believe that transformational leaders should celebrate team accomplishments regularly. So in knowing what every member of the organization is doing, I will be able to commend volunteers regularly so that they feel seen, heard, and appreciated on a personal level. Moving to my second change, I will be introducing a new fundraising team that focuses specifically on our donors' experiences. This new team does not just benefit our donors, but it also seeks to instill trust and reliability among our volunteers. Studies show that role identity has a direct effect on long-term retention to remain as a volunteer. So it is crucial that I create positions that will instill and promote confidence among my volunteers. The primary goal of this fundraising team is to connect with our supporters by understanding their donor experience. Nonprofits come into ascendance when they find their why, what makes them special and what makes them unique. This is what connects them with the public. I find that what separates us as an organization is the emotional support system that we are for our families. Results from an online study with parents of children battling cancer in Turkey found that in addition to seeking information regarding treatment and side effects, parents were also seeking emotional support through these online platforms with other parents of children battling cancer. While we do not offer online support, we do prioritize the well-being of our parents through various resources that we provide them as well. Some examples of the things that we offer to our families and our parents specifically are babysitting services so that parents can enjoy a night in New York City. Hair salons have generously donated services to parents and to moms specifically who want to get their hair or their nails done. And lastly, we offer get-togethers where families can get to know each other on a more personal level. It is important for donors to know exactly where their money is going to, and it is also important for them to know that their money is not only going to the child receiving treatment, but to the entire family coming to New York City for support. This transformational leadership style will deflect from short-term fundraising techniques in an effort to enable donors to connect to our cause. In the past, we've only had one event per year that does this, and it's our annual fundraising gala, which consists of hundreds of people. It is a large, grand scale event that is our largest source of income every year. While this event is extremely beneficial, it only offers a small glimpse into the life of this organization and into the relationships between our volunteers and our families. In order to maximize engagement, this new fundraising team will be implementing new ideas. One will be an extensive newsletter that members will be receiving monthly to stay up to date on our operations, and 2 smaller, more frequent gatherings so that donors and supporters can get to know our families on a more personal and individual level. My third and final change, which I find unifies this entire plan, is to develop our company mission in order to maintain a positive organizational climate for followers and subsequently decrease volunteer turnover. John Catter makes the distinction between leadership and management, and he notes that leaders focus on change by creating a sense of direction and vision by motivating followers to align to this vision, whereas managers plan and produce results through organizing jobs, structure, and problem solving. As a leader, I want to demonstrate core values, high standards, integrity, and transparency. The most valuable source of transparency that I can display is through our organizational mission. It is crucial for volunteers who are seeking a sense of connectivity to feel inspired and confident in our collective vision. The International Journal of Voluntary and Nonprofit Organizations refers to organizational climate as the result of the interaction between members of the organization. This article states, if we apply this to the context of voluntary work, it means that the volunteer's sense of belonging and commitment to their nonprofit is involved, as well as the perception that they care about the nonprofit organization and they feel they are a part of it. If people know exactly what they're signing up for and they can agree with the intentions behind an organization, they are more likely to want to stay involved. That is exactly what this article is saying. When volunteers feel motivated and inspired to be a part of the organization, they are more likely to stick around. Here's an example of our company's mission. Our goal is to provide a home away from home for children battling cancer. In order to create a positive atmosphere, offer emotional support, and add to the quality of life of these children and their families, we rely on the generosity of our diverse team of volunteers. We are dedicating to providing more than just activities and holiday parties. Together, we are a family. I find that articulating a clear purpose statement will unite followers to focus on our long-term vision. With the big picture in mind, I hope to one day reach thousands of families. We started out with just 10 individuals volunteering their time, and we have worked our way towards having over 100 families that we support and numerous volunteers. We have not reached our end goal yet, and with the big picture in mind, I know that this will only be possible to attain with continued trust and support from my followers, which is why their involvement in this creative collective vision is the key ingredient to organizational success. Childhood cancer is undoubtedly an immensely painful process to go through, and predictability is not one of its best attributes. My greatest ambition for this organization is for it to continue to evolve and grow, and I know this is only possible if we are comfortable making changes and taking risks, and as a transformational leader, I am willing to do so. In this plan, as I stated above, my goals are to promote volunteer satisfaction and build lasting relationships with our donors. It is my job as a leader to motivate my followers to look past their self-interests in pursuit of our company mission. What got me into volunteer work was the desire to do something for someone other than myself. And I hope to emulate this core value as a transformational leader so that I can serve as a role model and positively influence those around me. This leadership plan seeks to build each member within this nonprofit organization so that we can work together and cultivate our vision of helping children and families in need. Thank you so much for listening to my plan, and I hope you can get behind my vision for this incredible organization.